Despite a good first two periods by Montreal, the defense sort of shits the bed in the third, and Montreal loses 9-4. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge. Not a good game overall for Montreal. It was a good first two periods though. I put the blame here on the defense. They weren't very good in the third period, and a couple of freaky goals as well, bad bounces. And that's the game. I don't blame this on Monty at all. Matt just ranting about Barron. He's not a fan of Justin Barron. But I thought the defense in general was not good tonight. So, yeah. 4 in a row. 4. Boom, boom, boom. Just make me one text and send it all in one. No. All right. Got to break down this game. Like I said, it was a good first two period. Montreal opens the scoring. Caulfield on the power play, and it was looking good. Boston obviously wasn't going to make it easy, and they kept coming back. Then they got the lead. We kept coming back, and then that was it. So, like Matt, relax. I'm on a live stream. You know this. My God. And then the third period came around, and it was just bad. And there were 2 goals in the first two periods, bad bounces. But last 2 minutes of the first period, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, last 2 minutes of the first period, and that kind of, you thought that's it. They're going to be done. And they didn't. They came back a bit, and then it was out of hand. Matheson in the second got a goal, the first one, and then it was kind of over after that. And then the third period was just all them. Yeah, a really bad game tonight overall. Boston, some kind of ceremony at the beginning of the game with their old players. And then you knew, they're going to play really hard. And then the first 2 periods, it was like, oh, well, maybe not. And then the third period came around and it was like, yeah, we're winning this game. And they came out to like just kill us, and they did. All right, so that's the third meeting of the season between these two teams. So the March 14th is they're back in Montreal. Hopefully, we'll get a better game then. It'll be just after the trade deadline, I believe, as well. So that could be very interesting to see what kind of changes there are. I don't expect Boston to do a ton, but they might add something at the deadline. I don't know what kind of money they have. I'm sitting here waiting for like 30 seconds here for comments, and I realize I'm not in the comment section there. So how am I going to know? Hey, Guru, how's it going, man? Welcome back in. What a horrible game. Definitely fell apart in the third. Yeah, third was just Monty didn't look awful. There was nobody. There was nothing in front of him, and 2 of those goals were on bounces. There, he had zero chance. I'd say 5 of those 9 goals, he had no chance. You can't blame him on that. And the other 4, maybe 2 of those. So I'm not going to say Monty looked awful. The team in front of him looked awful in the third. Hopefully they do bounce back. But, I mean, it's one game. Well, they lost to Ottawa. And then there's only 2 losses in a row. It's not that bad. I don't know what you mean, like a game like this. When you say sequence, you mean game, right? Where they lose badly like this. Doesn't every team have one of those every year? At least one of those every year? Anyway, I have the stats for the game. We'll take a look at them. There's a lot of freaking goals tonight. He still said, how many more did he send me then? Oh my God, man. Matt, relax. Matt, if you're watching, relax on the text. It's not the losses, it's how they lose. Yeah, they do this every now and then. I wouldn't say a sequence because they had some really good games against some really good teams. So, okay, let's take a look at it. Okay, so like I said, 9-4. Oops. Caulfield opens the scoring. Power play goal from it's his 16th and 5th game in a row. 5 goals in 5 games. From Monahan and Slav at 9:18 of the first on a little was a tip in, I believe. Yes. Carlo ties it up. 3 minutes later, 3.5 minutes later, his third from Frederick and Lauco. Armia makes it 2-1. About 2.5 minutes later, his 8th from Joshua Roy, which was a really nice setup by Roy. That was a beautiful pass by Roy. Also Monahan in there. Jake DeBrusk gets his 11th and ties it up at 2 from Van Riemsdyk. And that was 3 minutes later. And just a minute later, Heinen gets his 6th from Grizzlchick, whatever that name is, and McAvoy. And 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of the first, and you knew that's probably going to be a problem. But then Matheson opens the scoring in the second, 6:16 in, on a power play. His 7th from Monahan and from Suzuki. And you figure, oh, well, maybe they're in this game. Heinen, 4 minutes later, gets his 7th and 2nd of the game from Boquist and Lindholm. Coyle makes it 6-4, I believe. 6-4? 3. 5-3. Let's see. His 16th from Pasternak and Marchand. And that was a minute later after the Heinen goal. Gallagher. 2 minutes later, Gallagher, his 8th from Harvey Pinard, and, makes it a little respectable. 6-4, I believe, at that point. No. 5-4. Third period, Pasternak, his 30th, unassisted, 1:26 in. Marchand, his 20th from Coyle, 3 minutes later. Zaka, his 10th from DeBrusk and Van Riemsdyk, 5 minutes later. And then Heinen, his 3rd, so a hat trick on the power play. His 8th goal of the season, 3rd of the game, from Geeky and Shattenkirk, and that was all she wrote. I mean, thank God that was all she wrote. Shots, 36 for them, 21 for us. Like I said, they're going to beat us at the dot, 52.7% to 47.3 for Montreal. We were 2 for 3 on the power play. They were only 1 for 3. Hits, 33 hits for us, 27 for them. 14 block shots for them, though, 7 for us. 9 giveaways for them, 7 for us. And 9 takeaways for us, 8 for them. We meet them again March 14th in Montreal. And, of course, the 3 stars, none of them are going to be Montreal. Heinen, 3 goals, gets the first star. Pasternak, one goal, 1 assist, gets the second star. And Charlie Coyle, also 1 goal, 1 assist, 3rd star. That's it, and that's all I want to know about this game. Throw that game away, and it's over and done with, and look ahead. Don't look back. That's what I got to say. Hey, Andre, welcome back in. Harry Rice, welcome back in. This game sucked. No other way to put it. That's it. You put that message in fan funding accidentally? What do you mean? It's up here twice. But it's worth it because it's just to emphasize how badly they sucked. That's what I say. All right. My signal sucks as well, apparently. And we got about 20 minutes left. So, what are we going to talk about except for how bad the Habs suck tonight? There's a fan funding that you think donos automatic. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm only on this side of it though, so I really have no idea. I get fan funding. Oh, that's okay. I know what you're talking about. It's the $sign or something where you give money. You can't leave a comment there. Anyways, since the last time I was actually streaming directly on YouTube, it's been 3 years. I don't remember what it looks like, and I'm sure they've updated things, and I don't know what it looks like anymore. Anyways, no problem. You know what? All good names, not gonna no. If you're gonna come in here and say Montembeault was garbage and it's all on him, you didn't watch the game. And if you did watch the game, you don't know what you're looking at. Did he give up a couple of bad goals? Yeah, but there were 9 scored. 2 of them were just fluke bounces, and the rest, defense sucked. We're a rebuilding team, dude. You want perfection? Come back in 3 years. No, so sorry, I'm not. No. Have a more intelligent comment than Monty sucks. You didn't watch the game, but you're going to come in here and say Monton blows. He's garbage. How? How do you know this and you didn't watch the game, dude? Defense let him down tonight. Habs defense sucked in the third period. You can't look at a score and go, 9-4. The goalie is garbage. What do you mean it's time for them to wake up? It's a rebuild. What do you think? They don't know it? A year and a half into a rebuild, you want them to be what? A contender? It's not football, man. It's not football. Hockey, you can't rebuild in a year. Rebuild takes time, a little bit of time. Should Roy, Stevens, and Pez? What? They didn't play as a line. It was Stevens, Pez, and Harvey Pinard. Roy was with Monahan, second line. I don't know how much more ice time. And besides, right, this is his 5th game. If they're playing that badly, he might have benched him a little bit. I didn't notice, but I thought I saw Roy out there regularly. Only 11 minutes, so they cut his time because they had to come back. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that he wasn't on the third line, by the way. He was on second line. The Evans line was third line. If he only got 11 minutes, he must have juggled a little bit, St. Louis, after the first 2 periods. Slav at 20 minutes, is that too high? He's a first-line winger. It's not too high. First line's going to be out there a lot. I don't think this loss was on Slav or the first line. Habs should trade for Carter Hart. So let me see how this goes. Hughes calls up Briere and says, "Hey, we want Hart. We're taking Hart." You don't think Philly has something to say about that? And why? I don't know that I want Carter Hart, to be honest with you at this point. I want to know there's something I want to know first before they get a Carter Hart. And I'm not going to say what it is. Is Slav playing out of position in the lineup? What are you talking about? He's a first-line winger. 25 games now. How is he out of position in the lineup? But all good names, we're not a contending team. We're not. So even if what you say is true, I don't believe that anyway necessarily, but you could be right. But we're not a contending team. Again, Simon, it's Slav's fault that we got embarrassed tonight? And yeah, who's right? Why trade for a goalie when we have 3 and our top prospect is a goalie? Why not put Monahan on the first line 3? So what are you going to do this every game? Who had a good game? Okay, they're the first line now. Next game, who had the best game? They're the first line. It doesn't work like that. Monahan's second line center. I don't know. Was there a problem? Second line centers oftentimes have big nights. And anyway, I don't get some of these. Yeah. Sad Habs fan? Well, I mean, I don't think any of us are happy. It was a bad game against a really good team that was super motivated because of that ceremony at the beginning of the game. This was bound to happen tonight. Luke, don't retype it. I know what you mean. Don't worry about it. You're a Habs fan. Don't worry about it. How do you mean that? Who's taxing the future? How are they taxing the future? They just want a quick fix. That's not, you can't do that in the NHL. You can't do a rebuild. Like in the NFL, from what I understand now in the NFL, you could overhaul your team pretty much in one season, 2 at the most. Here, you can't do that. Yeah, they got to just take this game, Luke, and just, they put it behind them and look to the next game. That's all they can do. And that's all they should do. How is Boston consistently good? Let's see. Good drafting. Like they put their team together properly. Good coaching. Yeah, they did their build. Montreal's doing theirs now. You think Boston's going to be consistently good for that much longer? No, their window's got to be coming to a close soon. Believe me, in my opinion, 100% Montreal's going about it the right way. So complain all you want now. In 3 years, the ones that were like you guys are tonight, the ones I'm kind of complaining about. You'll be like, oh, I knew it all along. Yeah, you have to have patience and all. Yeah. Okay, yeah. BL, okay, so when you have that QB, you know you got the right guy. You can bring in the guys that you need to really turn your team around. A lot easier in the NFL than in the NHL. Christian Dvorak's out for the rest of the season. Then he's got one more year left. So what do they do with him? Well, you could see that their faceoffs have suffered since he's been out. Like I said, where our numbers are going to come down a little bit there. So he has value as a third line center, absolutely. But he's out for the rest of the season. He's gone. All good names, like what? You got a choice? Then find another team that you like better. Just because you can't wait 3 years doesn't mean that they're idiots for doing the build the way they're doing it. No, your impatience doesn't make you right. And if you can't wait, find another team because you don't have a choice. There's no choice. Awesome, Matt. I'll get back to you. If not, like tonight, tomorrow morning. PWHL game is on. That's cool. I kind of think the whole team ended up getting outplayed tonight. Evans is a third liner right now because of injuries. Evans is on the third line. Well, we already established that some of the Habs forwards were played a little less, so Evans is going to get a little extra time, and you can't really compare that to the Bruins situation tonight. They rolled 4 lines. Roy back to Laval. I don't know. I don't think it was his fault tonight. He had a really nice goal. Like, I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe now that Andy's back. And they might have to because he's got waiver exemption. Was Galley a defensive liability tonight? No, he wasn't. He scored a goal, played well, played hard. I didn't really think so. Simon, I think you're overstating it a little bit. Not always something exciting, but he's had his moments. He's looking like he's coming along already, but he's got waiver exemption, so I don't know that he can stick around all season or not. First of all, you're calling Hughes Mr. Clean is derogatory, which we know. I don't know why you don't like Hughes. and he better hit on most of them. We got a ton of our cupboard is full. You make it sound like we got no prospects and he's been horrible, and it's not true. Not at all true in any way, shape, or form is that true. Roy is probably better than Slav. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I don't know where you get that from. Roy will get his 9 games. Maybe they might have to send him back because I don't think Ullinen has waiver exemption, right? So they might have no choice but to send Roy back. Does he get his 9 games? Don't know. Andy's back now, so I don't know. I think they got what they want. They got to evaluate him and, see the progression, and they know where he's at and, and how he is in the NHL. And I don't think it was like a bad evaluation at all. Isn't the 9-game thing? It's about its contract and stuff. But I think you're actually right, BL. I think now that he's in the AHL, it doesn't matter. You're 100% right. My bad. Got 3 minutes left here. Yeah, because the ELC kicked in already because he's been playing in Laval, so his ELC kicked in. So yeah, the 9 games thing is not a thing. I get it. I'm slow, but I catch on eventually. All right, we're getting to that time where let's see what the next game is. Tuesday. Oh yeah, our rematch with Ottawa on Tuesday. Back here in Montreal, so we get them back here. Hopefully we beat them. Then Thursday, Patrick Roy on his first road game as head coach of the Islanders. That's here. And then Saturday, we got Pittsburgh. Yes, and in between that, Monday is our first live Pucking Around podcast on the new channel. We're giving away prizes. To qualify, you got to be a subscriber and be in the audience. Link is in the description to the channel. Head over there, give us a subscribe. That'd be great. And all the podcasts links are in there. So, yep, that's what we got. And hopefully this week on Hab Normals, we'll have Hockey Junkie. So, and also Pete the Fist is supposed to be on. So, should have a fun podcast. It should be a busy week and hopefully a good week. We'll see. All right, I'm taking off. Thanks for being here. Hopefully I didn't piss anybody off. Anybody that I did sort of talk like that to, I apologize just in the heat of the moment. But thanks everybody for being here. And hopefully, Pete the Fist, you know who, BL. Yeah, that's it. Have a good rest of the night. It's Saturday night. It's still early enough, not 11 yet. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon. And that's it. Till then, stay safe. Peace out. Ciao, everybody. Keep your stick on the ice. Go Habs, go. And hopefully a better performance next time. Ciao, everybody.